I let my chronically late wife miss an event she was looking forward to by not rushing her because I wanted her to face consequences. My wife Jessica has been late to literally everything for the entire 12 years we've been married. Our wedding ceremony, our kids' birthday parties, family dinners, movie dates, you name it, she's shown up 30 minutes after it started. I've become this person who lies about start times just so we might actually arrive on schedule. If dinner's at 6, I tell her 5:30. If the movie starts at 7, I say 6:30. It's exhausting, and honestly, it makes me feel like her personal assistant instead of her husband. Last month, she found out about this famous food truck that was coming to our town for one weekend only. It was run by this chef from some cooking show she loves, and she'd been talking about it non-stop for 3 weeks. She marked it on the calendar, set phone reminders, and even took Saturday off work just to go. The food truck was only going to be at the farmer's market from 11 to 3, and Jessica kept saying how this was her one chance to try food from her favorite chef. She'd watched every episode of his show and had been planning what she wanted to order since the day she heard about it. Saturday morning came, and I was ready to go by 10:30. I figured we'd get there early, avoid the lines, and actually enjoy ourselves for once. But Jessica was still in her pajamas at 10:45, blow-drying her hair and trying on different outfits. Normally, I'd be pacing around the house, checking my watch every 2 minutes and saying things like, "Honey, we really need to leave," about 50 times. I'd end up practically dragging her out the door while she grabbed her purse and shoes, but this time I just sat on the couch and waited. When she came downstairs at 11:15 asking if I was ready, I just said yeah and grabbed my keys. No rushing, no checking the time out loud, no hurried comments about traffic. We didn't leave the house until 11:30. Jessica was chatting about what she wanted to order and how excited she was, completely oblivious to the time. When we hit traffic on Main Street, she started getting antsy and asked what time it was. I told her it was almost noon. She said that was fine because the truck would be there until 3. We finally pulled into the farmer's market parking lot at 12:45, and I could see the long line of people still waiting at the food truck. But as we walked closer, I noticed something was wrong. The truck's service window was closed, and there was a sign hanging on it. Jessica ran ahead to read it while I followed slowly behind. The sign said, "Sold out. Thank you for an amazing day." The chef was packing up his equipment and loading everything back into the truck. We'd missed it by 10 minutes. Jessica just stood there staring at the sign. She asked one of the people walking away what happened, and they said the truck had run out of food early because of how busy they were. They'd stopped serving at 12:30. For the first time in our marriage, I watched my wife realize that her chronic lateness had real consequences that I couldn't fix by calling ahead or making excuses. She turned to me with tears in her eyes and said, "Why didn't you rush me? You always rush me." I told her I was tired of being responsible for getting her places on time when she was a grown adult who could read a clock. The ride home was quiet. Jessica stared out the window looking completely deflated. I actually felt bad for about 10 minutes, but then I remembered all the family events we'd missed the beginnings of, all the movies we'd walked into halfway through, all the dinner reservations I'd had to call and push back. That night, she sat me down and apologized. She said she'd never realized how much stress her lateness put on me and how it affected our plans. She admitted she'd always counted on me to manage the time pressure so she didn't have to. The next week, she was ready 15 minutes early for our dinner date. She's been on time to everything since then, and our relationship feels so much more relaxed now that I'm not constantly watching the clock for both of us. Sometimes the best gift you can give someone is letting them learn their own lessons.